Hi, you guys. My name is Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. So, today, get this milk bottle out. Today I wanted to discuss, by the way, this is my empty new apartment that me and my boyfriend are working on right now. So, don't mind the emptiness. But, today I wanted to basically discuss about jealousy, woman empowerment, how to accept your own beauty. A lot of times in our society, I have to break society and conditioning aspect of things. In a lot of society, there are beauty standards everywhere. There are magazine images, beauty standards, models, people who we have in mind that we should be like in order to be successful or beautiful. And a lot of times this is really shoved down the throat of women. Beauty standards are pretty much everywhere. And the worst place we can really experience this is on social media. Women, whether we realize it or not, we are always comparing ourselves to one another. And that really drives a wedge between women empowerment and the ability that what we really need to be doing is accepting ourselves, hyping up each other, teaching each other beauty tips, how to express ourselves openly, ugly green monster that we shouldn't fuck with or we shouldn't talk about, or oh, it's crazy to be jealous. But in contrary to popular belief, everybody feels jealousy to a certain extent. How can you not in such a fast-paced society that always stimulates you in a way that you have to be better, you're not good enough as you are? These are the messages that we are basically receiving on a daily basis, whether we realize it or not. Our natural essence is beautiful. We are perfect as we are. But when you live in a society, again, that's constantly stimulating you that you need makeup, or you need this, you need that to be better, you need this to be attractive. And people believe it. Men and women believe it. So we look at each other as if we're imperfect. We look at ourselves in the mirror as if we're imperfect. And we live our life trying to always buy something to be perfect. In reality, perfect doesn't exist, because this perfect that they're giving you is photoshopped. This perfect that they're giving you is so unattainable. And really, it hurts to change who you are, because you are already perfect. And really, we need to be looking at ourselves in this way. Understanding that they drive wedges between us as women for a reason, on purpose, because for one, this sounds very conspiracy theory, but for one, being a woman is powerful in itself. To have a sisterhood is where all the magic lies. But when you have a bunch of women fighting each other, competing against one another, and ultimately turning their back on one another, especially for the sight of men or for the favor of men, you have a bunch of powerless women going around, not knowing who they truly are. In essence, that is a perfect woman anyway. We have this ideal that only roses look pretty, for example, when we're all our own individual type of flower and we're beautiful in our own right. Gosh, you guys, I'm just rambling. It's so much to talk about with beauty standards. But I hope you guys are following me. Keep with me for a second. Okay, so with that being said, we all could have self-esteem issues. That's all that stems to. When we're dealing with all this bullshit on a daily basis, we have self-esteem issues. And that's nobody's fault but the society that we live in. The first thing you can do with any issue is to become consciously aware of it, meaning understand where your jealousy is stemming from, understand where your competitive thoughts are coming from, understand that it's not your fault. Understand that you've been born into a conditioning for years and years and years now that's telling other women, telling other men that you aren't good enough, or that, you have to compete against one another, when that's not really the case. Another thing that we can do as women, especially to bond or create a better bond, is understand it all starts with self-love, loving yourself, your own beauty, understanding that you do not have to look like the people in the magazines until you turn inward and understand that this is false reality, and what you are in the mirror is the reality, and you start loving that reality, that version of yourself. Then that's when you can shine to the world and accept others how they truly are. I love the woman empowerment music lately, especially by Drake. One of the lines he said in "Nice for What." I love that song because it's such a powerful woman empowerment song. For one, it's saying a lot of like how you don't have to please people. You can be a bitch if you want to and still deserve respect. I feel like it's saying that I like the line when he's like, the real person that you're looking at in the mirror doesn't need no followers, doesn't need no hashtags. You beautiful as you are, whether people acknowledge it or not. I feel like we need to come from that standpoint. And the more that we come from that standpoint and we actually believe in ourselves, we exude that. So everybody else around us believes that. Because it is a lot like law of attraction. It's more than fake it till you make it. It's actually believing and truly believing and understanding that you are beautiful the way you are. Every part of you is beautiful. And until you actually understand that, you can't grasp that concept. But yeah, so what else did I name this video? Jealousy, beauty, and how to accept yourself. So basically, back to jealousy though. I feel like I want to research more in depth before I talk more about jealousy. I want to research how we can kind of get past it. I can offer kind of something in this video that we can all start together. But let's see where it stems from. A lot of times we compare ourselves. Why are we comparing ourselves? Because we don't really know any better. We think that the next person has it best when really no one's life is perfect. No one has it better than us. You have to start loving who we are, where we came from, and what our life is like in this present moment. Be proud of you and your accomplishments right now. Be grateful for who you are right now. A lot of that sounds cliche or like bullshit, like, because we're always taught to like want more, but we have to stop feeding into that basically and start rewiring ourselves to believe otherwise. And a lot of that is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to start speaking positively about yourself. A lot of exercises you can do actually is taking selfies or taking pictures, designing your page or your Instagram or your Facebook to your liking, meaning use it as art, use it as creativity, take self-portraits, things like that, things that highlight your beauty. Pick things that you like about yourself and show it to the world. And then it'll become, you're reinforcing that this is beautiful. I'm putting this out there, and it's like you're reinforcing this to yourself. You don't need approval from everyone else. Don't worry about the likes and all that. Just more so get your creativity out there, your beauty out there, and express it in your clothes you wear and the way you speak. Just have confidence. And usually it comes with time and age too. So be patient with yourself. All of this matters, you know. What else? Whenever you feel like you're having a jealous thought, for example, when women look at other women, ask yourself, why am I getting jealous about this? When you get jealous of another beautiful woman, for example, you're pretty much saying that you're lacking something. And a lot of times we're not lacking anything. We're just either taught that this type of beauty is more desirable, that's false. We already know that's false. Even if they truly are downright beautiful, that doesn't mean that you aren't. It's not taking away from your beauty. What we can also do is when we see a beautiful woman, you can smile because what you see in her is in you. Because you are by right a woman, you can basically kind of add that to you and be like, well, damn, I love being a woman. Women are beautiful. Start counting it as an all collective thing of women. So it's not just one woman is by herself in the beauty. No, you make up the beauty in the whole melting pot as well. And this practice again, start. There's no power in jealousy, but it's very draining. It's negative. So you don't want your mind to just wallow in that all the time, which that's pretty hard. Especially another jealousy is when you're dating a guy and beautiful women are everywhere. You tend to it means we're giving too much power to the guy, I feel like. I feel like you're saying that all your beauty, all your worth is depending upon if this guy wants you or not. Unless you can really love your spouse and all that, and that's good. But the moment you give them that power, then your mood can always fluctuate, because if they look at another girl, then automatically your ego is shot. So what we can do is just take the power from the guy and put it back in ourselves and understand that we're beautiful no matter what. And that's something that I actually can practice. And when I make these videos, I'm talking out loud, and it's actually helping me in my daily life. Now, another question is, I feel like someone would ask in this type of video is like, well, what if we take our attention off the guy and he goes off and does his own thing? You wouldn't even give a fuck. Because if your attention is mainly on you and your life and what you have going on, your accomplishments, how beautiful you are, how do you want to rock it in the world, you understand that men are kind of like a dime a dozen. If they leave, they leave. If they stay, they stay. They're pretty much just to compliment you, and you're already there loving yourself. So yeah, if you love yourself a lot, it really wouldn't matter whether a man stays or leaves. Just remember, every time you fear that happening, recenter yourself. Maybe meditate. Maybe go take a bubble bath. It could be that the guy you're fucking with could be a fuckboy or whatever too. But again, if you're so busy taking care of yourself, it's not to say, oh, put up with anything. But until you have like blank evidence, I would just be taking care of myself, taking bubble baths, going shopping, going out to eat. Of course, you want the guy who compliments you in your life right now, meaning you want the guy who's gonna help you get to your future or help you love yourself. You don't want someone who's gonna hold you back or bring you back to how you were before you started loving yourself. But yeah. What else can I touch on? Accepting yourself ultimately is it's a decision, it's a choice. And a lot of times one day we'll choose to love ourselves, sometimes we'll fall out of love, in and out of love with ourselves. And honestly, that's just human nature. We get bored. That's why a lot of people change their look sometimes and then they love themselves again or something. Some people love quite differently. But the whole part of love is loving that part, even loving that you do fall in and out of love with yourself and those around you, and that you can be complicated some days, that you can be frustrating some days, even to yourself or to others, and understanding that's okay. Even if you lose a lot of lovers, even if you divorce, even if you fucking go fuck up and drop out of school or don't live the lifestyle that everyone else wants you to live, that is okay. I feel like we need to keep vouching that more for ourselves and others, especially other women. It is okay to be who you are. There's no one way to be. You can fuck gender roles. You can go with it if you want to. It's really your choice at the end of the day to be completely and utterly you. Be you loudly. If people fuck with it, they fuck with it. They don't, they don't. You are not put here to filter yourself or to please anybody. As long as you're happy, your duty is to make yourself happy first. So ask yourself in this very moment, what do I need to do to be happy? And then go from there. But yeah, that's it, you guys. That is my little insight and stuff I need to say. But be dope, be unapologetically.